Hey, welcome to another episode of Behind the Bar podcast, brought to you by the coaches and clients of RT Fitness Durham, Sunderland, and of course the Barbell Club, where we take you from complete beginner to photo shoot ready. Now, if you would please like our YouTube channel, the Spotify's, the podcasts, just please subscribe to them, write a few comments on them, leave us a 5-star, share with your friends as well, because we always are trying to help the people of the Northeast understand that it can be done, and these stories are from our clients, real people who have busy jobs, and we want to show you how it can actually be done. So in today's episode, we have our client Ciaran Pinkney. Today he came straight off the shred, so he's literally been dieting for 16 weeks this time, and straight off the shred into the podcast, and he tells his story from the last couple of years he's been with us, where he started on Carnage, and then he went over to the Barbell Club, and on the Barbell Club he's done a shred, and then in between, and then he's done another shred, and this is where he's fresh off this shred, 16 weeks, and he gives an insight of his entire journey, the ups and the downs of dieting down, and obviously going up in weight in between. And it does show you that we are all human and we do make the mistakes along the way, but it is a learning curve. So I hope you can take a lot away from this. So enjoy the show. Yes. Which one would you like?
Oh, is it pick a treat?
Let's pick a treat. Luke gets third option. First day, oh, why isn't it open? Oh, would you like?
Good Lord.
I didn't know which one you'd like.
Oh, all three.
Which one?
I understand they're called Bavarian slices.
No, that's a cream slice, that one.
All right, the cream slice, please. Not because it's the
There
biggest,
you go.
just. Thank you very much.
Strawberry tart or peach melba, or, oh shit, I forgot about this one.
Check the bag,
You didn't check the bag.
Mystery.
Not the one I ordered. I said a fucking different one.
Oh, you can have that.
There you go. Oh, it looks good, that, and all. Well, that means I'll get my favourite, peach melba.
Oh, so you actually
Cheers.
do it. Cheers.
So, who is Ciaran Pinkney?
Who is Ciaran Pinkney? Who am I? An enigma I've been described of in the
An
past.
enigma?
Yes. Different. I like to think I'm different in all kinds of ways.
Right.
Just a normal guy, really.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
39.
Yes.
You're older than me.
Yes. You wouldn't think it, would you?
No.
Yes, because Big 4's coming up in the summer.
Brilliant. So, how does your life, by the way, just Ciaran straight off the shred today, cakes, the lot, oiled up to bits, tanned up to bits, looks good on camera.
Thank you.
So how does your work-life balance make you be able to train times 4 per week, and plus, I know it's a little bit of a travel, so how do you fit it all? How do you fit it all in?
Yeah, it's tough, Ross. In the kind of
I'm still going to write this.
Yeah,
by the way.
of course. in the job I do, you can't do it half-assed. Yeah, and it's not a 9 till 5 job. You're on call quite a lot. Won't go into details of it, but it is high demanding, and you need to put that kind of effort into it. A lot of people rely on you. What I try to do is discipline. That's why the morning class suits me, because I know I can commit to that, Ross. I work late nights and things of that nature. So not always, but I couldn't commit to a nighttime class where we know, because obviously I come with Kelly, we know we can do the morning class. That's done, it's home, it's changed, and then it's going to work. How we fit it all in terms of the other stuff outside, the eating, and it's just about prepping, doing the, when you do the shopping on a weekend, it's about shopping smartly, thinking, right, okay, the planning, for the week ahead. And obviously when I do get time on an evening, it steps. It's every opportunity I get, it's straight out. I have gone to some extremes because my job predominantly is sat down.
Traveling, isn't it?
I drive to different workplaces. Often it's like sort of retail stores, and little tricks like parking as far away from the stores you can in the car park, so it's a longer walk in. Just little things like that, little small things, but they all add up. So I'm always conscious of it, Ross.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard then, like, to try and fit that in? Because I know, like, even sometimes, like, I've got to be aware. Like, even that 7 o'clock, like, you...
Sure,
yeah.
What they do is every so often, I mean, for this week, for example, we're in Blackpool. It's the National ADM. It's a big event for the union. We have staff meetings in Leeds and things like that. But we know when they're happening because they're kind of in the diary for the year.
Right.
So what we'll do is we'll go, okay, we'll have a sign into a local gym, take photos of the boards, sort of routine, and just adapt it in there. We don't need that this week because we're on week 4. It's pretty drummed in our way to what the routine is now. We'll cover that, not miss a beat. There's times where, we can come on an evening and do appreciate the gym, sort of accommodating that for us, saying, don't worry, we'll get you in at 5:30, 6:30. Come and do your work then, and so it's just about working with the gym and and having that planning aspect. So we managed to get by.
So I'm going off questions here, but do you find that structure helps? This isn't a promotion of the fucking barbell here, but it's going to sound like it. Does this structure of, like, obviously that 7 o'clock 4 days a week compared to, say, having a gym membership, then is that helped, like, massively get you into that
Ross,
routine?
Yeah, and you're entitled to plug that. That is 100% why I come to this gym. Yeah. I have been, like a lot of people, paid gym membership for years and never gone. It's only £25 a month. You're paying that. What is the point? Yeah. I knew if I made this investment in this environment with coaches, with group sessions, you feel part of it. You see the changes in people. Hell, just look what people have done on the shred
today.
If that can't motivate you and you put yourself in that environment, you're more likely to come. Yes, Ross, in the past I've gone to the gym, other gyms where local gyms and where you train by yourself. I give myself 3 months maximum, and I'm bored and I'm tired, and I find excuses not to go. There's, the accountability's not there, Ross. Right? It's hard to discipline yourself. It does get a little bit. In here, you have that. You do the work. Yeah. But there's the, you do enjoy it. You enjoy that kind of aspect. You always look forward to coming in and seeing everybody, and you see the changes. That suits me and it keeps me coming back, so it just works for me, Ross. Yeah, I'm thinking because because I know we don't have much flexibility in the time slots on the barbell itself. Sure. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's like where you've got that fixed 7 o'clock, and like say you did have a gym membership, like even if you told yourself I'm going to be there 7 o'clock every morning, like you could just I'll go at 8, I'll go at 9. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And here it's like no. Well, you wouldn't. It is. It happens. I was the same years ago. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's most people, I think, but I like it. I like it. I like my structure when I'm not fucking coaching another coach, covering coaches, blah 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 blah, and I can jump in with Dan or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll fucking you're always love there. It. Yeah. That's what I mean. No, and it 100% works for us. It really does, Ross. And that. Can't really add to that. It just works. Yeah. So it's okay. You've answered the next 8 questions. That's not. It's a shameless plug. Yeah. All right. But you know what? It's right that you promote that because you want people to continue with it. You have different goals, different challenges, but you should keep going and keep. Whatever your challenge is, whatever the difference is, whether you're looking to bulk, whether you're looking to shred, whether you're looking to maintain. There's always a goal there. This is more likely going to keep you at it. Good man. Thank you. All right. I think we'll wrap that up. Right, was going to. Well, actually, no. You haven't really answered this one then. So, by the way, Luke, do you want a strawberry tart as well? No. Okay. You sure? You said that with such confidence, honestly. Yeah, nice. So, why did you start RT? Why did I start RT? Oh, this goes back a couple of years ago. Kelly. Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, I've got to give her massive credit. It was interesting, Ross. I mean, I was 16 stone 10 at one point. Right, fucking hell. Yeah. And he's only 12 stone 2 today? Yes. Is that right? 12 2? 12 2. Yeah, sorted. But so sort of what happened is I sort of transferred up from, because I used to work in the Leeds area, I came up work in the Teesside area, like our office, North Shield. And at that, it was sort of, I'm going a bit before I got with Kelly. Right, because we sort of started our sort of fitness journeys, if that's the right phrase, separately and but around the same time. So,
all right, yeah.
I sort of like thought I'd need to start doing something, you know, and it was that bad. I didn't even dare walk in the gym, Ross. I used to try and run down Redcar Beach.
Right.
Because I was just like, I needed to get out, and
Yeah.
I was like, things were going wrong in my life, and I was just like, you know, I just went for a run. And then I realised after I ran down this beach, it's in the middle of nowhere, this thing. So no one's about, no one could laugh. And I thought, if I collapsed, no one's going to see me.
Right.
I kind of ran till my lungs were falling out. And then realised I had to walk back to my car. And I was like, oh, crap. Anyway, I did that a couple of times, and I was like, right, starting to feel good. And I started, like, disciplining myself to go to a gym, try to learn a bit about food.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And at the same time, this is where it comes in, Kelly was telling me about this RT she comes to, this RT Fitness. And she was telling me about, I mean, she did the carnage. It is now when she told me about these walls.
This was before the
you go
lockdowns.
Sure,
she
way
was,
before lockdowns. And people were sort of saying it was at the same time, God, you're losing weight, it started falling off. And the same, Kelly was like, Jesus, you've lost a bit. And she was like, yeah, I go to this RT and it's really, really good. We do this thing called a prowler. And I was like, oh, what's that? And she described it. And I was like, oh, I could do that. And I couldn't. And she got in really great shape, and lockdowns and things happened, and it kind of happened. And anyway, me and Kelly ended up being together and everything. And I said, what was that gym you used to go to? And Kelly sort of said, I want to go back to RT. I said, I'll come and join with you, why not? And she described me as, if you can do it, I can do it. You know, the healthy competition, right? And we come in, and she just blew us away on this. But you know what? It was really, really good. And I started losing
Bit of a wake-up call.
Yeah, it was. And I liked the group sessions, and you know, Luke was there, and he used to, you know, he'd have a good laugh with us and stuff. And
did you start on Luke's 7?
Yeah.
Oh, was right? Yeah,
it was on Luke's,
right,
and I just kept looking over at the barbell, like, I wonder if I could go for the weight. I just wonder. And then after about, you know, I don't know, maybe it's a year or so. And
was it that long? Was it? No.
No, I tell you what, it'll have been 6 months.
Right, yeah. Because we came back in the April after the lockdowns.
Yeah, so I think I'll come in the June, or we came back
yeah.
in the June. Kelly came back in the June. I joined in the June.
Flip your mic.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Flip it. What do you mean?
It's the way his hoodie is. I'll just. I'll do it that way. There we go.
Interrupting.
It's
sorry.
Okay. You haven't.
It's not as hard. So if you start again.
No.
Ross, it probably was about 6 months,
right.
and I think we were talking with Sarah about the trials and the
we put 2 weeks on for the.
Got the DOMs again. It was like, oh, this could be quite good, and that's sort of where it come from, Ross. I know it's a lot of background. It's about making changes in my life where I wasn't happy with my weight. And to go back to your original question, and that's what led me to here. And I just went, you know, carnage was great. I really enjoyed it, but you know that was just calling me, and like, come on, give it a go. And now I've done that, love it, you know. So.
Sweet. So when you were looking at that, because a lot of carnage people always think that we're just standing about, did you think the same or not?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right, okay.
If I'm being truthful, but like, now I'm over there, it's like I wouldn't you don't stand about. No, I would look over and see people like Rosh and Mark.
Yeah.
And I'd go, God, them lads, you know, they're in really good nick, you know. And I'm thinking, oh, well, you know, it obviously works.
Mark, Rosh, John are all in the same crew.
Yeah. Oh, John, yeah, of course, yeah. And I was just, you know, you just keep looking over, I wouldn't mind a bit of that. I wonder if I could get involved, you know.
Bigger than him.
Yeah. I could do that eventually. But no, full marks to them. But yeah, you just look over and you think, oh, well, I could do it. And even the women, in all fairness to them, you know, there's some really strong women. You know, I include Kelly in that as well. But, you know, some of the changes you've seen today in the shred, you look at some, wow, do you know what I mean? I'm a man, I wouldn't mind looking like that, you know what I mean?
Well, you were jealous of a dead back?
Sure, I mean, that's just different, you know what I mean? The backs are definitely made in Sunderland, but no, full marks to them all, and I looked over, and you say about them standing around, but you know, the gasping for air, but when the work...
Well, you was getting 20 seconds rest, then we're getting 2 minutes sometimes.
Oh, honestly, like 45 seconds exercise on it feels like 10 minutes, you know, but you know, it's all good, Ross, it's all good. Good
man. So then, first shred, how was that?
It was different for different reasons, different challenges, but...
you went all in though?
Oh, sure, I did.
Yeah.
I think Yeah, I
You
mean,
stuck to fucking one meals.
yeah,
You-
it's very
you
set
very
meals.
rigid, yeah.
And look, again, I keep mentioning Kelly. You might as well get Kelly on and kick me off. But I have a lot to thank her for in terms of the planning.
Yeah.
I think that's what's helped me so much. You know, I obviously give myself some credit, put the work in, but with their sort of planning, regimental, we had this sort of routine of the meal prepping, and you know, we'd set time during the week. We'd find time, right, this day we're going to do this many meals, this day we're going to do that, and just set that time aside, and that helped us get through. And I think it was £27 I lost on that one.
Mint.
I think, I've definitely, 207 down to 180. And I thought, you know, really good. This year, but back into last year, I was like, we'll go again in January. We'll give her another go. Sure. Not expecting to be 16 weeks, but that was my fault anyway. But we'll go on later on. But no, I found it interesting. It was tough. At the end of it, feel quite proud, reflective. I was like, brilliant. The only thing I would say, and you know, I will be critical of myself, is I didn't reverse out of it properly. I kind of just lost my way.
Don't worry, that was my next question.
Yeah, all right. Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was going to be like, the thing is, you lost a good amount of weight. Did you think, like, I mean, you've only been lifting not so long before that, had you?
No, I think 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
So it was like you went in quite early. So it was more of like a body reset in a way.
Possibly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because like, you've seen some of the people who's lifted for years. Let's say John, do you know what I mean? Yeah, John Egg lifted for years, and then he did the shredding. Like, you can see fucking the mass, do you know what I mean? Because everybody wants to do the shred because they think it's this magical solution to all the problems, but you do have to have that mass underneath.
Yeah.
You get us, yeah?
Sure.
So it's always a bit of a struggle when I want to go on the shred. It's like, because I don't want to say no to people. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you just got to be ready that time. I mean, did you think you were ready yourself the first time round?
I knew I was never going to look like that. Was
Right.
the outcome. Probably took it like a body reset, like you said, or let's get the weight down further.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can look like. Let's see what I can do. And then the idea was, Ross, to sort of build from there.
Yeah.
That's where I let myself down.
And this is the next question. Lean bulk. What the fuck happened?
Pizzas, booze. Yeah, I mean,
the reason why I'm asking is like I know we've always messed about saying you can't get past this and fucking and we did, but I think it helps for people because it's not just you. Fucking how many people? I mean, I'm sure I posted in the shred group last week, didn't I? Saying fucking every single person who's finished the last shred, nobody's put the weight in for us on the app since the last shred. So 4 weeks ago. Yeah. So I says nobody put that in and fucking everyone stopped tracking the foods.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, it's not just you in that boat, but it's like, it's just probably to help people through that period.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So what happened?
Well, what happened is, I stopped tracking.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. I think that's the problem. Because I felt like, you know, I'd lived off this food that all of a sudden I could have the other stuff.
Yeah.
But probably not as blatant as that, but maybe subconsciously thinking that, like, well, I've done the shred, I can eat that. It's not going to affect me now because I'm not that weight anymore.
Yeah.
But you're creeping up with that weight. And all of a sudden, with a blink of an eye, I'm 200 pounds again.
Yeah.
And what I would say is, a bit like this time, is, you know...
But you were training throughout still.
Sure, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's where I thought, well, I'm still training. Maybe that was like, well, I'm still going to the gym, I'm still training. Yeah. But again, it's important to eat them right foods. Then, you know, these sort of treats would just become an almost convenience for me.
Yes,
in a lot of ways because of time. You know, time is really something I struggle with, you know, and it is. So that's even more important to have the plans in place to say, well, look, you can increase your calories, you can do this. Just be mindful of what you're doing. You know, go out and have food. No problem. Just don't let it become convenience.
Yeah.
Almost let it be what it's supposed to be, a treat, not a convenience meal.
Yes.
And I think that is what I'm going to do different this time. And we'll see. We'll see.
Good.
I put too much into this. So I'm not going to say that, you know, for me, if you're going to do this shred and you're going to put everything into it, you know, you need to. I think I seen something the other day on, you know, these reels.
Yeah.
And somebody saying the gym's the fairest place in the world. And almost what you put into it, you get that return.
Right, okay.
And I kind of understand that and appreciate that. You know, the more you put into it, the more you're going to reap out of it.
Yeah.
You know, if you do it half-assed, you're going to get half-assed results. If you really, really get into it, you're really going to get them results. So anyway, it was interesting. But going off on, going on sort of a slight thing is, I think it is, Ross, just about planning. It's just about planning, and I can't say anything different than treat versus convenience.
Yeah.
I would really drum that in your heads, like I say.
But then, like, the thing is, you've got to think of your 20 years of those habits, of those foods, those everything, and you only did 12 weeks of dieting.
Yeah.
So that 12 weeks is going to be just 12 weeks of those good habits.
Yeah.
With an end goal as well, because it's sort of, people think, oh, that's it, done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you've got to sort of, because I'm proper into my habits and stuff like that, so
yes.
you've got 20 years of bad habits to break in just 12 weeks, which is natural.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It is natural.
I think that's why you need another goal.
Yeah.
You know, what a shred's one goal, tick.
Yeah.
Have the next one, whether it's just maintain,
yeah,
whether it is the lean, bulky word lean, whatever that is, you know, you look, the human body's probably unfair. It is hard as hell to get in shape. It is piece of piss to get out of it in bad shape.
Yeah, it is high.
And it's
because the convenience of the fucking.
Sure, I think everything's convenience. Everybody wants things now.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for the quick fixes. You know, whether it be technology that's coming in our mindset in this day and age, everybody wants something right now. Everything's convenient.
Amazon Prime.
Sure, right, exactly. You know, I want food, I'll just dial and it's there. Now I don't even have to pay cash anymore. There's cards, everything else, technology. Yeah. I mean, that's another crazy thing anyway. But you know, you've got to put the work in, and this time I think I've you know, what's going to help me is I know what I've put into this time, and it's like I've got the benefit of the experience. So the first shred I might have let myself down afterwards, but I've learned a very valuable lesson because I've had to put it through this again. So it's like, don't want to do that again. Must do something different. This is what I'm going to do different. And it's almost trial and error in a lot of ways, and having a conversation with yourselves and the coaches and doing it that way. So
that big mistake in the middle, I would say then, is probably going to help you. Well, we'll see, won't we?
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. That's probably going to help you in the future, and I hope it does, because because I think with the shred, what I always like, people think it's that end goal and then boom, done. But the reason why we're doing it is to get leaner. So it's like, why not stay there? And you, like you said, you need a next goal, and you've already probably said it without realizing, but 180 tops.
Sure, yeah, exactly. That's almost my, you know, I don't want to set figure because I don't think I can keep to that pound.
Yeah.
You know, I do like to go on holidays and things like that. I save up, but I'm not somebody who goes out drinking every week. You know, I'd rather save up, have a nice holiday. That's where I get me break and enjoyment out of life a lot as well. But you're right, and then, you know, it's about going, right, get the 180 right, do something now. Don't let it go further than that. You know, try and do mini cuts, you know, mini calorie deficit before going on holiday. Enjoy my holiday, come back and go, right, where am I? Oh God, okay, I need to lose 5 pounds. But you know, you can lose it quite quick because you know what to do. You know, especially that blow off the first week. It's just trying to, you know, because I want to enjoy life. Yeah. You know, I want to enjoy the nice things, but again, I keep coming back to it, but it's about not having things being convenient.
But once you've found that maintenance type calories, and where you know now, like where you're not going to do your ridiculous steps or anything like that, once you've found that, you can pretty just have that much all the time. You'll be around the same weight, and then you can still have that Saturday out every few weeks or whatever, do you know what I mean? And it won't even affect it. So we've got to just find that now.
Sure, yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can cope with it, to be fair. As much as it's been challenging, you know, if the food and the calories stay around the same, you know, I'm still eating well, I feel healthy, you know, and I can move about, you know, still come do the gym, still do an element of steps, just not become like, think, no steps, not taking this off, keep logging on the app.
Doesn't lie.
No, it's the truth. It's like a ball and chain, but it's there as a reminder. And I think you've just said it yourself, Ross, a couple of minutes ago, it is important, like where people stop tracking and stop doing this, even if it's bad, be honest with yourself, then you can look at, right, why am I putting weight on, right, these are the data there, it's there for you. Yeah. So convenience can be good, because it'll help you, you know, use
as long as you track it.
Sure,
as long as you don't lie to yourself, that's the thing.
Yeah, if you're going to have a pizza, if you're going to have this food, and just log it, just put it in, and it'll look horrendous. Yeah. It does to me.
Oh, it does,
and that'll tell me, like, got to be careful.
But people don't track it because it looks horrendous.
And I think
it never happened.
I think you just need, exactly. It didn't happen, then come in, some skills, scratching what's happened. And that's the thing. You might as well be honest about it.
Yeah.
You know, you should not be embarrassed about it. You know, I'm a big advocate. Go and enjoy yourself. People keep asking me, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I said, look, it's a period of time I've set aside that I want to do something for myself.
Yeah.
Really challenge myself, because it's a mental challenge as well as physical.
Yeah.
You've got, honestly, and I've had to dig deep on some days to just keep going, you know. But, you know, you put all that work in and everything, and people are like, what are you doing? That's like, so I can have a balanced life. I was listening to you, Ciaran and Dan, on a previous one.
Yeah.
Really, Sarah's right about balance, you know, like, people think they can enjoy themselves, you know, go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You know, just watch what you're doing and have that balance, you know, and be conscious of it for health reasons, and that's all.
People treat themselves every day. They've done, I walked from the car park today, I'm going to have a cake.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, we're in this strange, weird treat mentality. So how's the last 16 weeks been?
Oh, good Lord. Ross, truthful, it's been a challenge. It's been hard. I can never sip the coffee. It's been very hard. But I could not have done it without the support. You know, Kelly doing it as well, she understands.
Yeah.
I have to say that, Ross, if your partner understands what you're doing, that's a bonus. She's helped me a lot to enable me to go and do my steps, things like that, especially in the past 4 weeks, and trying to plan for a wedding, because took 2 weeks off to set aside for that, and it's just been, it's been challenging in different ways, but I can't forget the support I've had, you know, from the coaches, you know, Tommy, now Dan, yourself when you've jumped on, and obviously Luke and that, and the people you train with as well. Yeah. You know, and you know, you see, you know, I get motivated when I see people getting results. You know,
I mean, you and Jamie push each other like.
Oh, Jamie's fantastic. Yeah. You know, he's done what I should have done on the shred. You know, he's really took care of himself. You know, and kept to that level, and he's having a good time, and he looks great. And have
a sip.
Thank you. But you know, he's done really well. But again, he's someone I love training with. You know, now we've had a bit of a mix-up. Yeah.
And now you've got the big boy.
Ross, and it's like, you know, and you see what he's doing. It's fantastic. You know, and Josh as well. You know, they're all coaches are great. They feel a little quiet word.
It's a good 7 o'clock little.
You know, Jamie mocks us a lot, but you know, it's just part of the banter. You know what he's like. Now we've got Lee as well, and. You know, and Dan's a different style now. You know, he's Sergeant. All of a sudden, there's these finishers in the groups. It's like, it's like, no, I've got you till 8 o'clock, and that's only I interpreted the routine differently. If I say 5 sets, it's 5 sets. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. That might help me get to the next level and things like that. And it's all for our benefit. So, I've had a lot of support, and I do appreciate it in the seminars and the group chats that you do and the posts. Yeah. So for people who are interested in doing the shred, that was a massive help. I was hungry a lot.
Are you tracking this weekend?
Sure. It's going to be tough.
You don't have to.
I'm going to want that, and we've got a rabbit. That's more than I've eaten in 5 years, I think. No, it's not. But of course I'm going to track absolutely where I can. Do you know what I mean? Have a couple of beers. You know, we will socialise. It's a big event for us. It's like I was conscious about talking to Dan, and Dan was just like, just make sensible choices. Don't drink 20 pints. Have a couple of pints. Yeah. If you go out for food,
you'll feel a couple of pints today, by the way.
I won't be having a couple of pints because that glass of wine last night, honestly, I was. You know, I'm a cheap date at the moment. Yeah, put it that way.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Why would you want to drink loads and ruin your liver? I'd rather get drunk quite easy and merry.
Stick to bottles than not pints.
Sure.
Okay, there's a little trick for you. So, how much you lost in this shred now?
Officially, it's been £39. So I'm, you know, the target was 41. So I feel a bit, but. Could I have put more in with Ross? I'm not so sure I could. No.
It was plus the extension. This was over 16 weeks. This it wasn't over just 12.
I think I put everything I had into it. Look, so £39 was the answer.
Yeah. So, how's your strength? I'll go for that one. Because it's fucking, like, since the start, think of, like, from start of barbell to now.
I'm a bit surprised, even on this shred. I had to pull Tommy a couple of times, going, Tommy, I'm getting stronger. Yeah. He's like, that's just, but I'm 2,000 calories.
I'm dying. I'm dying inside.
How is this possible? He was like, because you're motivated. Dan said the same to us. Strength, I'm pretty pleased with. You know, again, it's, you know, I'm not the strongest on my legs. I think I've always said that.
You're not bad though. Fucking hell.
I mean, when you look in the groups, but
hold on, right? You're in a group with Rosh.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
No, but we talk about, like, you know, you talk about dick measuring and all the rest of it, right? But I'm very conscious about doing it properly and getting my form right.
Yeah.
And if I'm lighter than everybody else, I don't kind of measure it that way. I think form's so important, because when I have tried to do other things, I've hurt me back. Just trying to put too much on, saying, look, let's get this form right, and the strength will come on the back of that. And, you know, I'd rather do things properly. So, I mean, the strength's been really good. So, but this last sort of week, this is easy. This is really good. Then the energy just goes.
Did it?
Yeah,
right.
It was almost like, the tank was definitely on empty this week.
So it was like Monday, Tuesday, okay, and then just Thursday, Friday down.
It was like, Jim was like, you're powering through these. I think we're doing chest presses. In the first 4 or 5, we were like, great. And then it was like 6. All of a sudden, it was like, oh, I can't get off my chest. It was like, it just zap. It was
buy carbs.
Yeah.
That's how the body works, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was like, when people tell me it's normal, I'm like, I appreciate that. That's okay then. You know,
I think your strength's gone up. I mean, from the start. I mean, I can't remember what you were lifting from the very start when you started over here.
Probably not a lot.
I mean, we always take our time with you at the start, and then.
Sure, yeah. Oh, yeah. It wasn't just breaking.
There you go. There's 100 kilo squat.
You know, but everything's gone up steadily. I think. Yeah. I think my strength has definitely a big change.
It's been on a nice
start,
trajectory.
Yeah. I don't think I've. You know, but it's, if you're inclining, like literally steady inclining.
It hasn't slowed down really, has it? I mean, well, it's slowed down, but it hasn't stopped going up.
No.
Yeah.
And I always try and give it a go. So if Dan's like, oh, let's try this, I'm not going to say no. If I physically can't, but I'd rather fail trying than sort of fail by not trying. I don't think that's acceptable.
He's like Luke in a way, just can try that.
Yeah, just do it. See what happens. But if you try and fail, I think that's okay. Yeah. Because you've tried, you know, if you're really trying that. I mean,
failing in the gym is actually trying.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, well,
if you think of it, if you weren't to failure, then you're actually.
I do actually, yeah. Sometimes, it does go to failure till, like, I mean, they help you with the thing, you're like, you're just trying to find it's just the little fingers in there, and you're like, I'm not giving up, but you're putting everything into it, so it's healthy.
Mint. Last one. Sorry, I interrupted you there. Sorry. No. I thought there was a pause, and then it was like, right. I'm getting better at these, I think. I hope I am. Episode 34, this one.
Is it 34?
Now 34.
Fantastic.
I hope so, or I've messed the entire show up there. Right, so last one, advice.
Oh.
What advice? What advice would you give to someone wanting to live a leaner, healthier lifestyle?
Can I just have a sip of coffee?
Yeah, go for it.
What advice for a healthier leanness?
Like, from all your experience, the thing is, you've got a lot of personal experience now under your belt, and you've seen everybody in here, and you've seen, at the end of the day, you see everything, what people go ups and downs, and see people starting and just leaving without going. So you have a lovely knowledge of everything. So what advice would you give?
To live a leaner lifestyle.
Leaner, healthier lifestyle.
A leaner, healthier lifestyle. Well, I think it's meal prep. I think it's you know, it's looking at the nutritional side of things as well. It's incorporating that into your lifestyle. I think you've got to block certain things out of what people might be doing around you. You know, people see me with certain foods and they want to question it. I think you've just got to put that out and go, this is what I need.
People
this is
see
what
you
I'm
questioning
doing.
not eating normal foods.
Yeah, almost. I think that's just a sign of the times, or it's a completely different Ciaran Pinckney to what they've seen in the past. It's like, you know, where's the McDonald's wrappers? Where's, you know, whatever it might be, right? But I just think, you know, for that it would be planning, it would be trying to get knowledge of nutrition, obviously keep training. Yeah. You know, it's okay to feel hungry. You know, I think we forget about that in this day and age. Just like little rumbles, full get something. It was for me. I don't want to criticise everybody else. This is a personal standpoint.
No, that's good.
You know, accept that your stomach's going to rumble from time to time. That's healthy. That's telling you you're hungry. You're not starving.
Yeah.
That's a complete different thing. I can't accept that. There's people in the world who really are starving. Do you know what I mean? You're just a bit hungry.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost a fear when we feel like that. Set your meals up so you're just eating what you need. I think smaller, regular meals throughout the day if you want to be leaner. Steps, you know, it's gone since, I mean, a lot of people have said for how many years, Ross, walking's probably the best exercise you can do, and it's still true. You still promote that, you know. I think it's good for the mind as well to get rid of the junk. You know, sometimes I love going out on a walk on a night. I just put a podcast in, RT podcast, Behind the Bell podcast. I am partial to click this podcast as well. I plug them, but no, you know, it's just putting it on, chilling out, walking, listening, thinking, just switching off. I think that's really good as well. And I think it's about when we start looking at treats is just from a personal point of view, don't make treats convenient. Make them treats. If you want to go out and have that nice evening out. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? If you've done what you need to do during the week, I think if it's these during the week and these become your lunch every day, you know, I don't, you know, people have said to me, you know, if you want to, you know, when you say leaner, I think it's the balance as well, Ross.
Yeah.
But if you were doing this shred, you know, often people have said, oh, surely you can just have a cake once, or you can have this biscuit. It's like, no, you can't. Like I can't, because if I do that, I'm off the wagon. I had, this is a personal thing. It was like almost like, no, this is what I've signed up for. This is what I'm going to put in. There's a tape measure. We're going to a random thing here. There's a tape measure. Right? And if you stretch it out, 78 centimetres. Or 78 inches, whichever. This way I'm bad at math. That's roughly your life.
Right, okay.
If the average age is 78.
All right, okay,
life expectancy. Right, well, hopefully it'll be more than that, but you're looking at that. So you're just going to trim 3 millimetres of that for 3 months for the shred. We haven't thought about that. That's in the whole aspect of your life. But if you want to change all that, it's about making that dramatic change there and just try and bit by bit, habits, like you've said. I think if you
it's only fucking 12 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like discipline yourself for that, but then incorporate yourself in real life after that. When I say real life, what I mean is there's no shred. You know, keep yourself accountable. Keep your meal plans right. Look at nutrition to help you. You can still have nice foods. Nutrition isn't horrible food. There's still nice foods in there where you can have tasty choices and nice meals and have a satisfactory. Stay away from, if convenience, make that treats. And that's the only advice I've got. And keep training.
Perfect. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you, boss.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Click. Well done.